Welcome back to the channel, everyone. A lot of you guys who love Phalaenopsis orchids are always asking how to raise young plants so they grow up healthy and start blooming as fast as possible. So today, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to grow tiny Phalaenopsis orchids into stunning full pots that push out a ton of flower buds. The best part, we're going to do this using a few super simple ingredients you probably already have sitting in your kitchen. We'll get them repotted just like the pros do. So let's jump right in. I've got 3 young Phalaenopsis orchids right here. I snagged all 3 at a local shop for just about $6, which is a total steal. But here's the thing, budget orchids like this really need the right TLC the second you bring them home. If you don't know exactly what to do, they can easily get weak, stall out, or just straight up die on you. Luckily, I've spent years figuring this stuff out, and I'm going to share my whole process with you today. We're going to keep it simple, straightforward, and highly effective. First up, take off those flimsy plastic nursery pots and get a good look at the root system. If you see any roots that are totally dried out, mushy, or rotted, grab some clean, sharp scissors and snip them completely off. Getting rid of the dead weight stops fungal issues in their tracks and lets the plant focus all its energy on the healthy roots. By the way, I've added subtitles to this video in a bunch of different languages. Drop a comment below and let me know where in the world you're watching from. I love seeing our global community come together. Next, a lemon works totally fine too. Just use whatever you have on hand. Cut it in half, squeeze out the juice, and mix it into 1 liter of clean water. The natural effectively acids are perfect for cleaning off the roots. It strips away bacteria, fungi, and any random impurities still clinging to the plant. Plus, it balances the pH around the root zone, which stops harmful bugs from breeding in high humidity. Give it a really good stir so it's fully mixed. Once that's ready, gently dunk the orchid leaves right into water. Make sure the entire surface gets coated. This washes off dust, residue, and any lingering bacteria on the foliage. Seriously, I'd love to know what country you're tuning in from today. And hey, if you aren't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that button so you don't miss any future orchid tips. Now, drop the entire base and root system, tap that sitch water, and let it soak for rough 5 minutes. This preps the plant for its brand new home. After 5 minutes, take the orchid out and set it somewhere cool with good airflow so the extra water can drain off. Grab a soft cotton pad and just dab away any puddles in the crown or leaf joints. You don't want it bone dry. Leaving a super thin layer of moisture helps the plant slowly absorb nutrients without stressing out the tissue. While we wait for those to drain, let's mix up our potting media. I'm going with a blend of pine bark and sphagnum moss. These are hands down the best options for Phalaenopsis because they hold on just the right amount of moisture while keeping the airflow moving, which roots absolutely love. Before we use them, we need to sanitize both the bark and the moss. Use that exact same leftover lime water we just used on the orchids. Soaking the media kills off any hiding fungi or bacteria and breaks down surface organics so it won't decay inside the moist pot later. Let the bark and moss soak for about 5 minutes, then pull them out and let them drain completely. If you're getting value out of these plant hacks, please drop a like on the video, subscribe, and ring that bell. Also, tell me in the comments what plants you want me to cover next. Your support means everything and keeps this channel going. Alright, right before we plant, gently peel away some of the old compacted moss from the base of the orchid. You don't have to rip it all off, just loosen it up so the base can breathe and push out new roots without staying soaking wet. I'm going to put all 3 of these orchids into 1 well-ventilated plastic pot. Start by dropping some broken foam pieces in the bottom. This is a great trick for boosting drainage and creating air pockets so the roots don't end up sitting in stagnant water. Toss a thin layer of our pine bark right over the foam, then arrange your 3 orchids inside. Space them out nicely so the pot looks balanced and each plant has room to stretch. I like to use pointed metal garden stakes here. Push them firmly into the pot and secure the plants so they don't wobble around when you move them or water them. Once they're anchored, carefully backfill around the roots with more pine bark. Don't pack it to the brim. Just use enough to hold them steady while leaving plenty of breathing room. Finish it off with a top layer of that sphagnum moss. This traps the humidity around the roots, stops the bark from drying out way too fast, and acts like a shield against harsh light and dry room air. As a bonus, it keeps your soil from splashing everywhere when you water. Finally, use tiny orchid clips to attach the stems to those metal stakes for extra stability. For the first 3 days, keep the pot in a breezy spot away from direct sunlight. Wait a full week before you give it its first watering. Once the plant settles into its new home, you can hit it with a natural home fertilizer to kickstart root growth and trigger new shoots. We're going to use banana peels. Chop them up into tiny pieces so the nutrients extract easily. Banana peels are loaded with potassium and trace minerals that are essential for pushing new roots and overall plant energy. Drop the chopped peels into a clean glass jar and pour in about 5 milliliters of hot water. The heat pulls the nutrients out of the peels way faster. Next, dump in 3 teaspoons of standard white rice. Rice is packed with B vitamins and amino acids that plants go crazy for. Give the whole thing a really good stir. Screw the lid on tight and leave it to steep for 3 days. It turns into incredible, gentle organic food for recovering orchids. After 3 days, run the mixture through a fine kitchen strainer. You want to ditch all the solid chunks and keep just the liquid, so it doesn't leave a gross residue on your roots or potting media. Take that concentrated liquid and dilute it into 1 liter of fresh water. You can apply this every 2 weeks. Use one of 2 methods. Method 1, misting. Pour it into a spray bottle and mist the entire plant, making sure to hit the undersides of the leaves and those aerial roots. It feeds the plant straight through the foliage and gives you gorgeous, shiny green leaves. Method 2, direct watering. Pour it and soak the root zone. The roots will drink up the banana and rice nutrients, triggering a mass wave of new growth. If you stick to this routine, the results are incredible. I used this exact method on a pot 3 months ago. The leaves are massive, super thick, and incredibly glossy. The plants are just thriving, pushing thick new roots completely out the potting mix. When an orchid has a root system that's strong, it has the perfect foundation it needs to explode with blooms. Give it about 6 months of this care, and you'll see gorgeous flower spikes loaded with buds. When they finally open, that tiny, cheap pot will transform into an absolute showstopper for your house. Let me know what you guys think of this repotting method down below. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button, share it with a fellow plant lover, and subscribe so you don't miss any future orchid care tips.